What up guys, welcome back to the Hot 1 LE channel. I got an opportunity to go check out Orange County Auto Show, bringing some of the most new performance cars in the industry. And we have everything from Z06, we've got the Panther Edition Camaro SS, and there's a car that actually surprised me, probably more so than any car there, and I'll go ahead and show you that at the end. But I also want to touch on the Mustang Dark Horse, which I got to see in person, and I got to actually pick out some flaws that I think are like pretty major for the manufacturing of a brand new car that shouldn't actually be there. What's my thumb doing? Crazy. Anyways, likes, subs, and comments are always very much appreciated, so let's go ahead and get to this. So yeah, Chevy was actually out and about with something. We actually have the Z06 Corvette here, and what surprised me most is how many people didn't even know it was a Z06. They're walking right by it. Granted, it's the blue color. I get you. I think it looks good though. The car looks amazing, but nobody even realizes Z06. You see the lady tries to get inside. They won't let you sit inside. However, they did have another C8 that you could get into. This car looks freaking amazing. Look at those wheels. Get some. I didn't have the opportunity to sit in the Z06 as I mentioned here, but we can sit in the C8 right here, and of course there's a ton of people there. You see this grandma getting into the C8. I guess that's their prime market, but the cars actually look really good in person. I was really impressed. And following up here, we have the Panther Edition Camaro SS. So this is the limited edition car that's coming out, and you know, I gotta say the paint overall actually looks pretty cool in person, but it's not really like pulling you in. There's a good little close-up so you can actually see what this paint's supposed to be looking like. Now, it's getting a lot of attention. People really like the Camaro. Sad to see it go. Kills me. Next, we got the Nissan Nismo Z. This car is tits. They kind of blew it though because it's an automatic. It's an automatic only sports version. So Nissan's actually bringing the capability to turn off the traction control, which you couldn't do completely on the current Z, which makes no sense for a Z car. But now they can do that. You had to get some special pass to get closer to it and stuff. It was just incredibly busy when I went. I didn't go to like the pre-days, but the car looks amazing in person. I'm actually super impressed with this overall. There's a picture of the interior that I was able to get. Overall, this looks like a huge step up, especially from the previous Nissan. This is going to be a track-capable car. I've heard great things about it. It could actually handle quite a bit of G-forces. It's got the proper suspension setup. It's got the proper traction control setup. It's overall just going to be a really nice addition to the Nissan lineup. However, they killed the manual. So you can only get these in automatic, and I gotta say that is a major flop and a reason why I will not be looking at the Nissan Nismo at all. So next up, we got the Dark Donkey, Dark Dildo, Dark Horse. And this is the newest trim of the Mustang lineup, the highest trim at current before Shelby gets to it. And the car looks great. We've all heard about the Dark Horse. It's got about 500 horsepower, naturally aspirated V8. It's got that twin intake. It's got some really great views here and overall, and we're going to go ahead and go into the in-person shots here in just a second. But this is supposed to be like the replacement for the Mach 1 Mustang, and essentially it is a Mach 1 Mustang with new skin. And this is the car in person. It looks amazing. I got to hand it to Ford. They made this Mustang look like a complete race car, and super impressive. Overall, I was able to sit into another Mustang GT, and the interior is completely ass. Sorry to say that, guys. If you're a Mustang fan, it's just personal preference. The S550 interior I feel is still better. Looking at the rear fender here, and look at that bottom part where the bumper meets up with the body. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. Sorry that it's turned, but you can actually see there's lines going across, and this is where the body panel presses into, or where the bumper presses into the body. And you can actually see it's wavy and uneven right now. Now, the Camaros don't have this. They don't have this issue whatsoever. This is a Mustang thing. This is a first-year model Mustang thing, and I hope they fix it. Because once you go and put PPF over this, or once you go and do some like ceramic coating on this, it's going to actually be more noticeable. So this is kind of one of my biggest gripes, especially for a brand new car, to have a body panel that is so not complete. Now, we're gonna go ahead and look at the logo here on the back. And I'm sorry, this is in portrait, but the logo itself, the Dark Horse logo, is actually not straight. You can see that the top of the left side is actually lower than the top of the right side, and you can line this up with the line above there on the trunk. So the logo itself is not straight, and I've seen other ones that are like this, so it's not like this is just a pre-production model. This is a thing. So I hope Ford fixes this, because the car is beautiful and this isn't like an oversight, but once you know it's there, it might bother you. Ford brought out this really weird, creepy robot that hits on little kids and has a scary little voice, way to get them going. I don't know. Set in a Mustang, kind of. This family van, it was terrible. Now the Civic Type R, this is the new front end for this car, and I gotta say, this thing looks tits, dude. They totally did it with this car. When the first version that came out with the big old vents and everything in there, we were hoping they got rid of it. It's improved. Now here's the car that blew me away. This is the one I've been waiting to tell you about, and that's actually the Golf R. Now, this was refreshed, I believe, in about 2021. For some reason, you can see this guy goes and starts bothering the rep about this right when I'm trying to shoot. But he's talking about, why is the hood, the engine cover, not there, and here's the mounting points. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, they took off the engine cover, and it wasn't a great engine cover, but it's gone. It's weird. And Volkswagen doesn't really market this. Look at this marketing material. It's just cruising through town. No, this is an aggressive sport wagon. Like, what the hell? Like, make this thing on a track like the Nissan, Z was. But otherwise, the interior blew me away. You can see that accent lighting looks awesome. And this car really, just like in person, like the materials don't really come across like they do in person. In person, it's just so much better. Beautiful interior, beautiful seats. And I gotta say that out of all the cars I looked at while at the show, this one blew me away more than my expectations, more than what I see on videos. And when you're looking at cars online and you make a judgment on them, you gotta understand there's a lot of variables that you don't actually see that you would see in person, and a lot of that has to do with video settings, lighting, type of cameras used, things like that. But I gotta say, in person, the Golf R blew me away the most for build quality. Just like panel alignment, the interior materials used, how the lighting kind of came together and everything. Honestly, I really love this car. It just is what it is. Likes, subs, and follows are greatly appreciated. And this is Hot One LE looking at you for the next video.